EGM Network.
Welcome back to the second half of Classic Car Radio at Vero Beach. I'm Keith MacDonald here with Steve Sharbano and Mike Carrano.
Hey.
Welcome back, guys.
What's going
on? Did I sound like a real DJ doing that
just in time.
I did my best, too.
Yeah, right? Just as the music started to dim down.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
You're trying to get the Jesse voice going? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
No, please, never.
What does that mean? Jesse has a good voice when he does the
Get in there,
commercials.
Jesse.
That's right. I'm a paid professional.
There you go.
There he is. Yeah, there he goes.
You hear him all the time. I hear him all the time.
I heard you on WMMB up in Melbourne today
Yeah.
doing that commercial.
Nice.
Yeah.
For the Grand Seafood Fest?
Yeah, stay tuned. You'll hear it again.
I knew it was you. I'm like, Jesse's up in Melbourne.
He's got a couple different voices. It depends which ones they want.
That's right.
It's all that. I'm not even going to say.
The microphone voices. Which character do you want?
Yeah, right.
What do you got going on?
That's right. And the Roaring 20s coming up. That's not a good voice.
Yeah.
I got to get into character.
Yeah, I was going to say, you need to get you some practice and warm up.
Roaring 20s, see?
It's all that role playing.
Right, there you go.
There you go, see?
And there you go. It's all the role playing they do at home.
Hey.
Most of it.
Oh, jeez.
He's got to get warmed up. He's got to get the vocal cords going. And
That's
stuff.
right.
There you go.
That's right.
Hey, Muggsy, what's going on, Muggsy? All right, go ahead.
All right, let's do another news story. One more to go. How to save a rare, this is interesting, Hemmings.com, by the way. How to save a rare aluminum 346-pack intake manifold.
Yeah, I read that article.
Did you really?
And I didn't see anything about a 346-pack intake manifold.
There is, it's extensive.
Okay.
There's a lot of photos that go with it
Gotcha.
in that article.
Gotcha.
You got to scroll down.
Oh, there
now,
it
this
is.
guy,
Okay.
this guy went overboard telling you all about, first of all, he found a Cuda, his dream car.
Right.
He found a Barracuda that was underwater from Hurricane Sandy. So he must be a New Yorker like you.
Yeah.
He has a lot of water on it.
That's when I moved, right after Hurricane Sandy.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, this Cuda was just located a few blocks from his house, but it had been devoured by the rising sea on that fateful day in October of 2012. Anyway, the car had been placed in long storage, and then I ended up tracking it down, purchasing the once submerged car that was in water. Anyway, which is left uncared for since the day it took its saltwater bath. It was rusted and rotten, but certainly worth saving. Of course, it's a 70 Cuda. Who wouldn't, right?
Yeah, convertible, no less.
Convertible.
Yeah.
It was a low-mileage base model car that had seen very little driving time over its first 42 years. So he mentions it was flooded with water, locked up and rusted away and living in dire straits. But because it was his dream car, he decided to take it. It was a 318 car, by the way. And he wanted to convert it over to something that really could move. Now, he goes through this thing. He has photos of this cracked. It had one piece missing where one of the bolts went through.
Right, I see that.
He wanted something special. No 4-barrel was going to lead this engine or feed this engine. I had other ideas. This time around, there was going to be a party going on under the hood, and the engine topper was going to be nothing less than a Chrysler 6-barrel induction setup, and that was my goal, my dream, and I was going to make that happen. So the whole thing is about him, this really long article about what kind of work they did. It's very interesting.
Right.
You know?
Now, that's a Chrysler
Well, it's a Chrysler product.
manifold, or is it
No, it's
like
probably
an Edelbrock manifold?
It is actually, he revealed later in the article it was an Edelbrock.
Okay.
Yeah, that would fit a 340. So
Gotcha.
he got himself a 340 block, had that all worked over, and I love that.
The 340 block wasn't even in the salt water, so
right,
how much did he restore?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the car came with a 318. He must have.
Yeah, the 318.
He pulled that out. But, you know what it is? The salt water destroys the whole car, probably.
Well, I'll
It's
tell you
probably
what,
not
too. The
left of it.
318 is a perfect boat anchor, anyway.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. It's,
So it says Edelbrock right there. You can see it in the
Yeah,
corner.
is it
yeah.
there? Oh,
Yeah, see it
okay.
right there in the
So you
corner.
got rid of the
Yeah,
318. He went out and
Yeah.
bought the Edelbrock. He got a 340, and I'm very partial to that engine in Chrysler. I had my druthers over from a 340 or a 440 Cuda. I would take the 340.
340 every day.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
It's such
engine.
such a powerful engine.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah, and you save a lot of weight, I assume, too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Anyway, that article, again, is at Hemmings.com. Stories how to save a rare aluminum 340 six-pack intake manifold, but it is an Edelbrock. You'd think you could still get one from Edelbrock, no?
Probably.
I would think so.
You
But
probably paid a lot more to get that thing fixed.
Yeah. I don't know.
know?
See, he looks like he did it himself, so that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
If you know how to weld, I mean, you could do anything.
So actually, I lied a little bit. There's
you
one
can
more
weld.
news story for you.
Go ahead. What do you got?
Old Town, we all know Old Town. It's in Kissimmee.
Yep.
yep.
And they have great car shows. They shut down the downtown area. And Old Town celebrates 35 years of the iconic Saturday Night Classic Cruise car show and cruise. Old Town is in the walking district of Kissimmee. Known for its unique shops, dining, entertainment, and events, it's gearing up to celebrate a major milestone. Its 35th anniversary Saturday Night Classic Car Show on Saturday, March 15th, which no one in this listening audience will go to because they'll be tired from going to the AACA in Vero Beach that day.
Right.
Right, Mike?
Right.
But for you people listening on the outer realms of our radio, you might want to go out there for Old Town celebrating that cruise night. Car show will begin at 11 a.m. with bands playing all day long. In the cruise, prior to the car cruise down Old Main Street at 8:30 p.m. The Main Street stage will feature live bands throughout the day and night. And live streetmosphere entertainment for guests to enjoy. So anyway, there's something you could do if you decide not to go to the Vero Beach show. You could go to downtown Kissimmee.
Yeah, I know guys that still go there.
Old Town is
Old Town.
always a good time, from what I understand.
It's just a long ride.
Yeah, for us.
And
yeah.
once you get there, there's no leaving.
Right.
You have to wait till the show's over.
I see.
And
Okay.
then you could leave.
Right. Okay. I get it.
Because it's really it's on 192, so it's not really a main thing.
Right.
You're really going through Old Town, which is just really a big parking lot to me. I don't know. But yeah,
So wait, Old Town's on 192?
Yeah, Old Town's off 192, all the way at the end of 192 in Kissimmee.
Is it past the Osceola
It's past
Fairgrounds?
it's past the Mecum
Oh,
auction.
no wonder, because I've never seen it.
It's almost outside of Disney.
I see. Okay.
Because, for the people that can't afford the Disney hotels, you stay by Kissimmee, Old Town area. This way, everything is there, and you can just drive to Disney.
Right. So the Kissimmee, show. That's a fun thing you could do. You go to Disney,
right,
and then you go to that show at night. Doing a walkthrough, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
They just make it sound a lot, interesting than it is, because it's Old Town Main Street is really a parking lot. It's not
really.
Yeah.
Okay. I never knew that either. I thought it was really the walking district of Kissimmee. I always thought it was.
There used to be a nice little place there called Little Darlings. It was really good.
Okay, I see. All right.
So go ahead.
All right. So anyway, we got a little history for you, some fun American history. February 23rd, 1893, Rudolph Diesel is issued a patent for his compression ignition engine design. What design? What did he make?
I don't know. What do you think? Maybe diesel engine?
Rudolph Diesel, you think? Maybe he invented the diesel?
Real quick, before you finish.
What?
We had that thing last week. What did Hudson turn into?
Yeah.
Billy Dion got back to his AMC.
Okay.
We should have known that.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Okay.
Thanks, Billy.
Thanks, Billy. Okay, so February 24th, here's one for you, Mike. 1968, American Motors debuts the AMX. That was a great car.
Good car, right?
Two-seater. Were they trying to shoot for the Corvette by doing that?
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. It had a shorter wheelbase than the Corvette,
yeah.
And that's what they were going after.
And they had just the two seats with the hatchback.
Seats, not even a hatchback. It's just two seats. Yeah.
I thought they had a hatchback on the back of that. How do you get in the trunk? Is there a trunk?
There's a trunk. You open up the trunk.
Oh.
But there's no hatchback.
There's no fastback?
No, they're all fastbacks. But they don't open or anything.
I see. So they're...
And the rear windows don't even roll down.
So they're a terrarium back there.
It's hot back there.
Yeah,
the only thing you put back there is your car speakers.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, it's a great car. I mean,
you can't even put your dog back there with that glass.
Yeah, we had the AMX out there for the Elks.
Right.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it looked great, Mike, by the way. February 28th, 1940, racing legend Mario Andretti, whose career lasted 50 years, is born in Montona, Italy.
Wow.
So there you go. Now he's born in Italy, but it's still American because Andretti became a citizen, so still American news.
Everybody knows Mario.
Right.
Who doesn't?
STP guy.
Yeah. March 1st, 1897, Alexander Winton. That was March 1st, 1897. Alexander Winton established Winton Motor Carriage Company in Cleveland, Ohio. So he had these motor carriages back then.
Yep.
I don't know what those motors ran on or anything, but
1897.
it's all in the beginning.
Could be steam. Who knows?
Could be. And finally, March 2nd, 1966, in Dearborn, Michigan, Ford celebrates the production of its 1 millionth Mustang, a white convertible. The sporty, affordable vehicle was officially announced 2 years earlier on April 17th, 1964. So in 2 years, not even, well, actually close, March 2nd, April 17th, 23 months, they sold 1 million Mustangs.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Well, what was the Chevy, the Impala? Didn't they sell?
They sold 1 million Impalas in 1965.
Oh, 65. There you go.
So there you go. 65 was a huge year for the auto industry.
Huge.
Because Ford was selling all those Mustangs.
Right.
And that 65 Impala was just a beautiful car.
Yeah.
I mean, the design, it just was, interior was great. I mean, what a great looking car. We're not Ford guys around here, but that early Mustang, it was a very popular car. You got to admit, right?
Yeah. I mean, the lady that had the first one, they didn't know what it was when she got it.
Right.
She used to drive it around the neighborhood. I think she was a nurse. She got it in '63, so she originally had the first Mustang ever out.
Ever to the public.
Right, ever to the public. She had the first one. In fact, when the anniversary came along, she still had the car.
Okay, in 1964,
right,
World's Fair, New York.
Right, World's Fair. I was there.
Me too.
Yeah.
My aunt in New York said, "You guys got to go to." So my aunt came up to Massachusetts and got me and my sister.
Nice.
My brother was too young, and we went back down to New York, and I saw that white Mustang, the first Mustang.
Yeah.
The Wimbledon white. I still remember looking at that car. And everyone was just aghast at it. What a great looking car! And it was that's all I remember is seeing the car. But I was more interested in the little Sinclair WAXE dinosaurs.
The dinosaurs,
the little green dinosaurs.
They used to make right there in front of you in the machine.
They would roll right on the machine,
right.
and you'd watch it, and it would come out hot.
Boy, but
and
really,
you'd have your own little dinosaur.
Right, really showing our age.
Oh yeah,
STP and the little Sinclair dinosaurs.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. The STP, yeah.
Steve wasn't even a twinkle in his dad's eye.
That's it. Not even.
Yep.
All right, keep going.
So let's go on a break because we're done with history.
All right, so
let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll do some tech talk for you. And you people that don't like tech talk can go do whatever you want.
We got some car shows coming up. So
yeah, we'll do a car show report too.
You got it.
So don't go away. We'll be right back.
It's the longest-running seafood festival in the Southeast, the Grant Seafood Festival. 2 days of live music and seafood to make your taste buds dance. March 1st and 2nd. Over 150 crafters. Admission and parking are free. As always, the Grant Seafood Festival is 100% volunteer run. All proceeds benefit the Grant community. The Grant Seafood Festival, March 1st and 2nd. Powered by Gary Yeoman's Ford Palm Bay. Maps and details at grantseafoodfestival.com.
Experience the magic of Hollywood's golden age. Riverside Theater presents Singin' in the Rain.
Good morning.
Filled with every memorable moment from the classic 50s film and a downpour of unforgettable songs.
Singing in the rain.
The greatest movie musical of all time is splashing onto the stage at the beautiful Riverside Theater. Singin' in the Rain is now playing, and you can get your best seats now at the box office or online at riversidetheater.com.
Are you becoming a realtor, contractor, mold remediator, guardian?
In the state of Florida, these and many other industries require a Level 2 live scan background check for clearance to work in your industry. A1A Fingerprints is your certified live scan source from Broward to Brevard. And if you're a medical provider, you need to be registered on the ACA web portal. A1A Fingerprints will help you navigate and comply with the law. Call 772-494-6556 or visit a1afingerprints.com. A1A Fingerprints.
When the check engine light comes on, turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Time for an oil change? Turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Brake work, alignments, maintenance, and more? Turn to Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Your certified service center specializing in alignments, repairs, oil changes, radiators, brakes, even auto electric repair. Just east of US 1 at 1212 23rd Street, Vero Beach. Turn to the local mechanics you can trust. Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach.
Welcome back to Classic Car Radio. Hey, we're going to do some tech talk for you. And last week we had two guys that wrote in and we didn't get to. So we're going to do them first so that we make sure we take care of. Maybe they've already got these answers or maybe not.
Right.
But Steve down at Fort Pierce asks, Mike, how much of a difference in parts for a 72 and a 76 Gremlin? I have a 72 and I'm looking at a 76 for parts. Windshield, door windows, and so on, do they all fit?
That's what's good about AMC. They all fit.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Even the AMX and the Javelin, same bumpers, they all fit.
Oh, great.
Except for the Javelin has a different front bumper.
Right.
But all the rear bumpers are the same.
Right. Okay. There was a quick one, Steve. I hope you probably already found that out because we kind of missed you last week.
Yeah, sometimes we get caught up and stuff.
But it's good that you're getting new glass in it. If you're getting new glass, it's good, So the Gremlin, Concord, Eagle cars, they all were not interchangeable, but they all had
the same windshield.
Yeah, same windshields and stuff. Okay.
Right.
Good. New glass is always better.
What else you got?
Richard up in Melbourne. Guys, after my 69 GTX 440 sits for a week, I've got to crank the crap out of it to get the fuel back up to the carb, which leads me to, and that could wear out his battery, of course, which leads me to wonder if anyone makes a small inline fuel pump that you can just turn on to get the gas up to the carb and then shut it off once the carbs are full. Is there such a pump or not?
Steve? I mean, Holly does have an inline pump. But
yeah, you could do it, but I don't think it's going to turn off itself. I think you're going to put it on a switch or something.
Right.
Yeah. That's what he says, though.
And believe it or not,
he says shut it off once the carbs are, it gets pumped up.
If it's like the AMC that I have, I'm sure Plymouth runs hot, right? Don't they run hot?
Yeah.
And so really what's happening is the fuel line, the fuel is going into the carburetor because the engine is so hot, it's evaporating everything that's in the filter.
Right.
So really try to get a spacer. If you
I was just going to say that.
Use a spacer, try to get it away from the carburetor so close to the manifold.
Right, exactly.
And maybe that'll stop the problem.
Right.
But then, Steve, you're saying that you could hook up a switch to the pump?
Yeah, you could turn a fuel pump on. Like you could have a puller from the tank that, pulls it from the tank and brings it up to the front. So you can turn it on to the mechanical pump if you still got it.
Right, the mechanical.
So you'd have to run two pumps.
Well,
no,
if you have
shut
mechanical,
the electric off.
Yeah.
So you're still running a regular mechanical pump in the
Yes.
pump.
Right.
Yeah.
That's two pumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing could be
I'm saying, I thought you meant that they run at the same time.
No, not at the same time.
No. Okay.
But this also could be like a leaky carburetor too, leaking out the bowl or something too.
Yeah. Try a Holley blue pump, no regulator, set up with a check valve and just run it to prime, and then you can start your engine right up. How's that sound?
Yeah, perfect.
Holley blue pump. I wonder if they still make them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They must.
That's what I have to do with my Chevelles. You got to turn the key on and wait for about 5 seconds before you
Yeah, so
crank them.
you got to do it with my 55 too. You got to turn it
You
on.
have electric pump?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yep.
Good. Are those better than mechanical?
They're only better if they stay working.
Right. Well, of course.
Listen, nothing's
Good
better.
answer, Mike.
Nothing's better than a mechanical pump. It's always working.
Right.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, but they vapor lock though when they get hot
they
too.
do vapor lock.
Yeah. Okay. Joe from the internet, and he won't identify where he's from because he's afraid Steve might kill him. I have a 1976 Mustang II Cobra. Sorry, Steve, Joe. Sorry, Steve, too.
He's a Mustang guy.
Yeah.
This is better than the Pontiac, right, Mike?
That's it. Pontiac's time to blow up.
So anyway, he's got a 76 Mustang II Cobra that's leaking antifreeze onto the passenger floorboards. I'm assuming that that's a heater core.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is the problem. Is this a difficult job to perform on a Mustang II for someone with little mechanical experience? I'm very handy, but I have not done much mechanical work except for on motorcycles. I have a heater core located for just $48. Thanks. So is that an easy job in a Mustang II, do you think?
If you're a contortionist.
Yeah.
You know, anytime you change a heater core, you have to really get underneath that dashboard.
Might want to take the seat out.
What do you think, Steve?
So you can get in there better.
Mustang, I'm trying to test one on the outside.
Yeah.
Some of the older cars are on the outside, but I don't think it's too bad to do.
No.
Most of the other cars are pretty easy.
Yeah.
You don't have all the electrical wires going for all the actuators and all that stuff, you know.
But it's also a Mustang too, so it's a little bit small.
It's going to be tight.
It's a little bit tight.
Very tight, yeah.
Yeah, if it's on the inside and underneath the dash, definitely take the front seat out. That'll give you more room.
I would think so,
Yeah,
yes.
that'll definitely give you more room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be on the passenger side. That's where he's leaking. So
Right.
take out the passenger seat, throw a blanket down or something so you won't get all wet from that antifreeze and go at it.
Good. Keep going.
Probably pretty easy.
You're on a roll.
Dave
Keep it
at
going.
Fort Pierce says, guys, I have a 69 Olds 442. Pretty good deal on it. It's a driver condition, but has a good running small block Chevy 350 in it. Browsing Craigslist for parts, I came across an Olds 400 from a 69 Olds 442, and I picked it up for cheap because it was making a knocking noise. Turns out to be a rounded cam lobe. I'm wondering if I should swap the Olds 400 in it or keep the Chevy 350 as it is. What would the difference in value be if the car with an original size for Olds 400 from 69, not numbers matching, obviously, and just having the Chevy swapped in? And well, here's the thing. If it's got a lot of aftermarket parts, just leave the Chevy small block in there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's running.
Yeah. If you aren't dedicated to keeping your car all original, there's no reason to replace the small block Chevy with the Olds engine, correct?
Right. Unless you want an Olds engine, then just put it in.
Yeah. Well, someone might want a little more, a little more purity, we'll say. Let's say purity.
Right.
Originality. It has an Olds 400 in it, Yeah. But there's a good point. I stole this from the internet. He said, did you put aftermarket parts? Does it have OE wheels and does it have bias ply tires like original?
Just find
you know what I mean?
If it's an original car, then I would put the Olds engine in it.
Yeah.
If it was, I would.
I would too.
You'd get more money out of it too.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're just driving it around and the Chevy 350 is doing good,
right.
Just drive it. Have fun with it. Okay, one more. Mike in Port St. Lucie. Do you guys know where I can find an entire floor pan, at the very least a one-piece rear pan for my 73 Charger SE? I can find the front one piece, but the rear one seemed to come in two pieces, not one. So he's looking for one whole piece to span the whole back seat area.
Yeah, I don't know if they make
That's a tough one. You might have to weld those two side ones together. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think for the Charger. I mean, I'm not a Charger guy, so I don't really look up a whole lot of parts, but I don't think that is right.
Yeah, okay. I don't think they sell a whole floor pan for it.
All right, so Lou in Vero Beach is going to have to wait next week.
Okay.
Because, Mike, you tell us what's going on this weekend.
Yeah, really quick. This weekend, Sunday, March 2nd, all Mustangs, Ford Trucks and Cars show at Kelly Ford, which is up in Melbourne, 776 Magnolia Avenue up in Melbourne. Okay. That's this weekend, Sunday from 11 to 2.
And that's the old Palm Bay Ford.
Palm Bay Ford.
Just so people don't, what's Kelly Ford? It's the old Palm Bay Ford.
Oh, it's the old one. There's a new Palm Bay Ford.
And then we talked about the car show at the Roseland Church, March 8th.
Right.
That's coming up on Saturday, March 8th, 10 to 3. And then, of course, the 46th Annual Antique Automobile Show, Saturday, March 15th, Riverside Park.
Right.
Be there, be square. We're all going to be there hanging out.
You bet we will.
Yep.
Thanks very much for listening to Classic Car Radio of Vero Beach. I'm Keith MacDonald. We are on every Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock on WAXE.
The Patriot.
Yeah. 107.9 FM and 1370 AM. We are out of here.
See you.
Put the pedal to the metal. We're out of here.